Let's see. What's up, guys? So I'm just gonna kind of impromptu stream. I'll see if anybody gets online. Yeah, I didn't kind of plan this one, but just kind of doing some cool stuff in Cubase. So we're just gonna record it and do it live. I'm just gonna make a few posts quickly on the Marilla Music Facebook page. Upgraded the studio a little bit, just testing out everything that it streams properly as well. I've got a triple monitor set up now, which makes things a whole lot easier. So I can actually speak to you guys whilst working and see you guys in the chat. Alex, how you doing? Okay, I'm just gonna give it like a few minutes and just see if anybody else pops in here, but I'll kind of start shortly. Yeah, I'm just not anything in particular. I'm just kind of fiddling around, making some sounds, and yeah, we'll see where it goes. I've got a bunch of new things that I'm busy testing out at the moment, so I just figured we'd stream it. Let's just have a look. There we got our screen. Michael, what's up? How you doing? Sorry, just checking on a few of the streaming things. I'm still a little bit new to the YouTube streaming. Everything sounding okay for you guys there? It should be. Michael, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, seems like it. Okay, I'm just gonna get stuck in, and we'll see if anybody else joins. Yeah, Alex doing well. We still pretty serious lockdown, I guess, but at least we kind of like being downgraded to level 3 now, so we can at least kind of get outside and go for a walk and stuff. Still can't buy cigarettes. You can buy booze, although they talk that they're shutting that down again as well. But it's cool. I'm in the studio every day, so not a problem. So if you guys want to check out something specific, synth-wise, sound design-wise, we can throw that in. I'm just kind of starting something new. I've been playing around with voltage and just figured out that I can actually get MIDI outputs from these sequences into other synths, which is super cool. And I just picked up 2 new modules for this, the random task and hey Andre, how's it going? Random task, and was the other one the octo sequencer, which we'll take a look at just now. So I'm just using the synth voice. I've just got like a really simple sound, a little bit of filtering, but most of the magic's happening like the second oscillator is just getting a pitch from the keyboard, and the first oscillator is actually pitching up from the random task. It's kind of random CV going into that. So it's just going to start off with that, and we're going to kind of just start building a track. So right now I've just got this voltage modular loop. Actually, just going to make a quick post on the Protoculture page as well. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I stopped it for a second. Okay, yeah, I'll get back into it now. So yeah, you can see this is just kind of, it's a Turing machine that's sending pitch to the quantizer here, and that is basically controlling, just turn up the transparency of the wires, you can see what's going on. That is sending clock to, sending CV to the first oscillator here. And they're super simple, it's literally just a saw wave and a pulse wave. One oscillator. We'll actually do some automation, bring that second one in. Start off the track like this, I think. I should do that now quickly. Assign a... I'm not actually sure if you need to assign these, whether you can just do write automation automatically with this. Nah. Yeah, you need to assign this to a MIDI value automation. Assign, there we go, we'll just do one for that. So this kind of frequency, that should show up now. There we go. Then I'll assign another automation to the volume for this one. I'll kind of start playing around with the loop over here. Oh, what's up? How you doing? My bad. Okay, sorry, I had my mic muted there for a second. So this is one of my favorite new plugins at the moment. This is Backbone. So I'm doing the kick in this. And I've done a video for Sonic Academy for this one, so go check that out when it's out. But I'll just show you what is cool about this right now. So I can grab something with, there we go, I'll take that, I plop that in there, and then you can actually split the tonal elements and the noise elements from the kick just by doing this pre-listen thing here and then mixing them together. So I'll actually just show you the two layers. This was a single sample, but if you listen to them now, let's get back out of this. backbone. So that's the tonal stuff just resynthesized or sampled out of the kick, and then it's automatically split the noise. So you got the two of them together, and then I should have the kick and playing all together, but it's been tuned down to a D now, which is what we're working in. Okay, I might have to just, my computer's struggling a little bit today. Let's maybe just change the output latency. I'll set this up a little bit. Yeah. We certainly feel like prisoners at the moment, Joe, with the stupid lockdown. But anyways, hopefully it'll get better soon. Yeah, Michael, sorry, I had the voice, the mic muted. I've got, I'm just kind of getting to grips with this new setup. Yeah, I've got kind of 3 monitors set up now with OBS running and like shortcuts for the mic and everything, so I can mute that when the stuff's playing. Just kind of still getting used to everything. So yeah, let's get back into it. Drum samples. So one thing I've been doing during lockdown is organizing all my samples, and it's been an absolute pleasure. I've tagged everything. It's about 100 gigs worth of samples and stuff that's been tagged properly, so I should be able to find stuff a lot quicker now. You'll see, like, I've actually got the Native Instruments libraries. I don't use them in battery so much anymore, so I can actually just grab them from tags now. So we can just search clap, and I have everything tagged there. Do techno as well, just look for the techno claps. Grab something like that. Okay. Alex, get back to work, dude. Can I just ask, is anybody getting a little bit, some glitches in the audio when I'm playing back? It's a little bit glitchy today for some reason. It could be something to do with the camera stream. It's not too bad, but there's a little bit of glitching on my side. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a look. I might have to. Let's just take a look quickly at the camera settings. I'm not sure I can actually change this while it's streaming. It could also just be voltage. Voltage is a beast when it comes to the CPU usage. So I'll just render this down for now so I can work on other stuff. And obviously you kind of want this to be running live because it's generating stuff the whole time. Sample rate. My sample rate should just be, I believe that is currently at 44.1. I should probably be running at 48. We'll just check it with voltage disabled now as well. It might make things a bit better. Hey Michael, what's up? I should actually ask Dash about these settings in OBS because he probably knows a bit better than I do. I may want to actually just enforce these streaming encoder services, but I can't do that now without restarting the stream. Guys, just bear with me for 1 second. I'm just going to cut the stream just for a few seconds and just change something in OBS quickly. I'll be back in 1 sec. 1, 2. Still glitching. Well, we'll just see how far we get with this, with the glitches. I did the other day, didn't have any issues at all. I might just try cut the cam quickly again. Yeah, still a glitch. I'm gonna just try and cut the camera. Christ. Okay, that requires a restart as well. Apologies for the hiccups. I will have to make sure that the camera is streaming at 480 or 720 next time. We'll just keep working for now. We'll actually just do some sound design stuff as well. Is there any synths that you guys want to look at in particular? One, two. Yeah, it does seem a little bit better now. I'm not sure what's changed that, but I've set OBS to switch to YouTube defaults now, so maybe that is helping. Let's make some sounds to go with this. Suggestions. What do you guys want to look at? We can make some stuff in Falcon. Falcon? Yeah, we could do Falcon. I've actually just started doing like a whole series on Falcon as well on the YouTube channel, so check out for more of those. We can do some stuff with Falcon. Let's do some kind of granular stuff. Cool. I've actually got a good idea. So let's bring in another instance of voltage modular, because I'm going to generate some stuff now that we can use inside of Falcon for the granular engine. But this is a pretty cool little trick that I've been playing around with now. So I'm going to grab an instance of, why does this keep on going to all open? I'm just going to grab an instance of Halion Sonic, because I'm looking for something with just like a guitar tones or something, an acoustic guitar kind of vibe. And let's do, could do pianos as well, maybe ethnic. Let's have a look what they've got in here. For something quite plucky. No. Let's grab a guitar rather. That'll do. I'm just going to experiment with this. So Voltage Modular has this little module called, we've got a, it should be MIDI out. I'm not finding that now. That's the one problem with voltage. There's so many modules in your sort by category. CV to MIDI. Okay, so we grab a CV to MIDI, and then we need a MIDI output. So I actually need to, I've just kind of figured out how to do this now. So I need to actually kind of add a few like custom racks that I can just bring these up automatically each time without all the stress of patching these together. But what we can do now is we can take stuff like random task. Let's grab a quantizer. And we'll grab a sync divider, just to get clock. So sync out to the sync divider, and we'll do slower ones for this. Let's patch the clock out into the clock in of the random task. And this seems a little bit convoluted now, but once you've got these saved as presets, you can do some pretty cool stuff with this. I'll just grab a sequencer as well. 8-step sequencer will do. Tom, cool. Yeah, we're going to look at Falcon now. Just going to get some content into Falcon first with voltage. So the CV out will run to the pitch. Actually, CV out into the quantizer. Quantizer into the pitch. We're working in a D. We'll look at D minor pentatonic. Push that up to D. And the sequencer needs to play. Needs to stop. And we'll set the gate as a reset. Nah, we can actually just leave that. And the gate from the gate output. This should all work if I've wired this up correctly. Just need clock there, external. Okay, let's see if that'll work. So now what you can do in Halion Sonic is set your MIDI inputs to voltage modular to output. You want to check that. And let's just see if we need the MIDI output going in there. And device needs to be DAW host. Okay, it sounds a bit odd now. With a bit of work, you can kind of make these quite nice generative patches with this. But what I'm going to do is let's see if I can just grab a whole section of audio from Halion Sonic. Yeah, so there we go. We can mute that now. We've got this randomized generative section of notes. It's like random notes being played. We probably don't need that much. Now we can bring this into Falcon and do something interesting with this. Okay, so Falcon, you just need to drag and drop. Let's just grab our audio file, bring that into this should, we need to just create a new program first. Let's go to tree, new program, add layer, and yeah, now we can just drag this in as a new key group, and we'll do it across the whole keyboard. So now we should have that mapped into Falcon. And let's just set the root to D as well. Key D. So now let's stick this into multi-granular mode and see what we come up with. How is it better than it's not better per se, it's just what you can do with it is limitless. I mean, it's the same as me saying, you know, I can't say that Falcon's better than anything else. In some ways it's not, like you know, Diva, for example, is extremely easy to program and get sounds out of it, but Falcon is just the modulation possibilities you've got are pretty incredible. But it's a bit of a pain to work with sometimes. The same goes for voltage. It's very heavy on the CPU. It takes ages to patch the stuff together, even though it's pretty slick for a VST modular. It's just the possibilities that you've got with it, and especially for the generative stuff. Like a lot of the stuff I've been doing with modular voltage at the moment is just kind of creating a set of rules, and then just letting probability and stuff control what those notes are going to be. So they just kind of generate tones randomly. You know, you're not really all that in control of it. It's just generating stuff at random, and that's the beauty of it. You can kind of just create these long evolving pieces of music. Okay, let's get back into this pad sound. So I'm gonna drop some reverb in on this. So the reason I did that thing with voltage was to keep things in a quantized scale. So now if you kind of play this back, they should all be, the grains should be pulling them from a D pentatonic scale. Now when you spread them out like that, you're getting different notes at different times, but they're all kind of pulling from the same scale. So try and normalize this audio. Normalize. Getting a bit glitchy again, my apologies. But you can hear we've already got like a pad sound that kind of works here. Well, that's a modulation to this now as well, because I quite like that density when it comes down to 0. So Falcon, there's 2 ways as well. If you don't know, there's 2 ways that you can add modulation. The main thing is that you just remember kind of which layer you're working in. Like on the key group now, you can add here, you can add a LFO, for example. This is probably the easiest way to do it, just by clicking down here. There's also the modulation browser that you can look at. There's actually presets in there. And you can also just right click on anything. But I think if you just do this one down here, you can click LFO and just drag the LFO to whichever parameter you want. And then back off on the amount. Add in like another layer now as well. Turn this into like a bit of a drone sound. Let's do key group with maybe a wavetable. Whoa, those are new. I haven't seen these before. That must have come with the latest update. I haven't really been programming in Falcon for a while. a filter in as well. And I actually want this layer to go, let's push this one up a little bit more. 12 semitones should do the trick. Quite like that as a drone. Sorry, this glitch is driving me nuts, but we'll have to sort that out for the next stream then. Okay, yeah. This is driving me crazy. The glitching. What I'm gonna do is, yeah. Misha, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, there's something wrong in the stream currently. What I'm gonna do for the rest of the stream is I'll hang around for a little bit and just do some sound design stuff where the whole track is not running. I'm just gonna create a new project and just take a look at some synths and stuff. Rather, we'll just do some sound design work instead of trying to run a whole track. And then hopefully I'll get this sorted and we can do a proper stream again. Let's take a look at another synth. You guys can suggest whatever you want. I'll kind of show you what I'm working with a lot at the moment. So I've got everything kind of... We can go with sort of like power synths, or we can look at modular stuff, or a digital synth, or I've got some analog stuff as well that we can go through. And we'll just make a couple of sounds. Any suggestions? Anybody else here using Avenger? Diva, yeah, we can look at Diva as well. Hive 2, yeah, we can do Hive. Let's see, got one for Repro. Cool. Let me look at some repro stuff. So I'll do some stuff with Repro 1. I kind of like this for making it a little bit mid-bass bits. So I've kind of been using the sequencer quite a lot lately. So especially for like generating like polyrhythms, it's really, really cool. You can just set this into record, and let's do some random sequencing stuff here. Cool. We've got a sequence running. Nexus, I am almost done with it. It's just a case of tweaking everything. Like before I put the stuff out, I need to go in and sort of like basically tag everything. So most of them are done. It's just a case of like setting up all the stuff basically, and doing the artwork, and then also the demos for the bank. So it should be out soon, hopefully. And I haven't got Iris 2. I have they actually sent me the producer suite. I believe I've got Neutron, I've got Ozone, Insight, Nectar, all the plugins, but I don't actually have any of the instruments. I'm testing some new stuff for them as well at the moment, but oh yeah, yeah, TechnoSign. It's super simple. Like you need to just put it into record mode, and it records in steps. So you can kind of do I do kind of just random stuff with it. Ah, damn it! I've gone and overridden the. Let's just undo. Idiot. Okay, let me just do that again. So yeah, going to the sequences section, you want to just make sure your clock is running the sequencer, and then just hit record, and it does it in steps, like I said. So we'll just do kind of random notes, but all in keys. And you can actually do two banks of steps. So let's I'm actually just record that again. We'll go back to the beginning. We'll do record 1 and 2. Let's just try and get all of those in. So there you've got a full 64 steps on the sequencer. Yeah, I'll check that out. The thing is, I've got so many like sort of big power synths that do all sorts of stuff like granular and whatever. It's quite a lot to deal with, but I'll check out Iris as well. I've got RX as well, which is what Iris is based on, and you can do some mind-blowing stuff with that. Okay, so now what we've got our sequence. I'm just going to put in some notes so we can just let that run, and then it'll just work. So one of the things I love about this as well is you can kind of get some really random vibes with this if you start changing the amount of steps in each sequence. So you can kind of do like polyrhythm kind of things, but especially when you're working with the two different sequences, you can, let's say, cut this one off at 27, and we'll cut this off at 31. So it's going to kind of create fairly different sequences every time it runs through. You'll see now. It's going to keep shifting it all over the time. So you're never going to kind of get like a full 64-step sequence. It's going to keep moving in its own time as opposed to the beat that you have. Let's work on the sound now. So we'll kind of do. So another cool thing with the sequencer as well, when you record those, it actually records the velocities for the sequence that you do. So we can jump into the key section, and we can take the velocity and output that to our cutoff, for example, or maybe the envelope amount. So the delay section on REPRO is a bit funny. All the UHE stuff, it works just in these timings. So you've got 1/16. So this is going to be an 8th note. 16th will be 1. If you want to get to the 8th dotted, you're going to jump this up to 6. This is one thing that I wish that they'd implement in their plugins is double click to enter a value. Because you've got to kind of slide through, and sometimes you need to actually hold the shift key to get that right. We'll leave that on ping pong. Turn up the regen. Get a bit of pulse width modulation going here. So we're going to run, let's run our LFO to, where's our PWM-A, go direct. And you can do some cool stuff as well, like in Diva. Let's just see if I remember correctly. If I want to bring up like random notes for oscillator B, I should be able to, if we do LFO, and let's run that to the frequency. Now I'm going to try and sync this to, yeah, quantize. There we go. So we can do quantize to, let's do a minor scale, see if that works. Yeah. It's going to be a little bit too random, that. That's a bit better if we do octaves. So you're getting the LFO now basically changing the octave of the oscillator B. And flies. Tom, I'm not sure actually, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think you can actually. You can save them as presets. I think if you, I'm not sure if it saves the pattern 1 settings. It'll save a preset file, but I'm not sure it'll actually save the MIDI. What you might be able to do, we can double check this. I've never actually tried this before. You might be able to create a MIDI channel and actually set the input to, no, you can't. So if Repro had a MIDI output, you could actually record those notes, but it doesn't seem like you would be able to do that. I think the sequence is kind of locked into. This kind of sequencer, though, this is one of the things that I really like about Voltage Modular, this MIDI output, is that you can kind of build sequences like this, and you can hook them up to anything, and you can actually send CV anywhere. So I could actually, I did a video on the channel as well with Voltage Modular that you can actually send CV from Voltage Modular into Repro. So when you run out of modulation slots, you can actually bring in external LFOs into this as well. You can do it with Reactor as well. Yeah, actually, I do. Anna's great. It's a fantastic sounding synth, so I definitely do. I don't use it as much as I do with the Yuhi stuff at the moment. I find the workflow in Yuhi is a little bit better. But Anna's fantastic. It's the sequencer in Anna's pretty cool as well. You can do some interesting stuff with that. And I believe they have some updates coming for it at some point as well. So let's just finish off this sound quickly. We'll see what happens. This is one of my favorite effects, this thing at the moment, this Wavefolder. Sounds so good. It might not work on this patch, but let's see. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so we can adjust this. The sequencer. Let's just adjust the frequency amount. This one. Yeah, and that's about it for this patch. I mean, this is one of the beauty with repros. It's simple, you know, but you can still do some pretty interesting stuff with it, like we have here. Let's just save this live stream sequence. Yeah, the Wavefolder in Repro is something else, and it's got the most amazing tone to it. I really love the sound that you get off that. I did a few patches in the Repro bank that I just released, like these. Just so filthy that. Let's check out some of the acid riff stuff also. That's all the Wavefolder. Really, really cool. Let's see. I'll do something else. We'll do one more patch. Maybe something similar to that, but we'll work in Hive 2. I think somebody said they wanted to see Hive 2. Let's just check. Hive 2, Diva. I've done a lot of Diva stuff already. Let's take a look at Hive. Yeah, Techno Sign. Yeah, for sure. You've got a Wavefolder in Serum as well. It's also cool. I tell you what, if you want to, actually, I'm not sure if it is a Wavefolder. Let me just have a look quickly. There is a distortion algorithm in Serum, which is really, really good for that kind of stuff. Let me just check the effects section. Is it a folder? I can't remember. It's the not the diode clipper. The linear fold. There we go. I mean, if I just set this up as a macro quickly. Sick sound. I can actually rather, just to be able to play that correctly, assign the mod wheel to that rather. Mod wheel to... Can I assign the mod wheel to macros? I should be able to just copy this. No. There we go. If you combine that with a filter and a bit of resonance, and a little bit of chorusing as well would be great with that. And yeah, like the more bendy, the better. Like if you stick on the portamento and stuff, just get that in. Yeah, and Alex, that's just a saw going through a Wavefolder. That's it. If you that's also that's kind of the key to the whole butchless sound as well. I've been using this soft tube modular Wavefolder, which is just sick as well. Not soft tube, just modular. And you'll hear this one as well. It's the IntelliGel or IntelliGel Wavefolder, and it's just got the most insane tone to it. So if I just take we'll just take an oscillator. We need a actually we'll just to start off just take an oscillator and U-fold, and let me just bring in a CV section, MIDI to CV. We need a amp. ADSR and a VCA. And we'll just run just a sine wave into U-fold. The output will run into the amp. We're going to run the gate in, output of this into the CV, and let's run the is it the note out to the CV input? That should be right. And then our amp to what am I missing? Oh, I'm running the not the amp, that should be this one going in here. Yeah. So this is just a sine wave running into this now. You hear the tone you get from this. So if you start adding some modulation to this now as well, we can add an LFO. Just, I think it's 2 of those. We'll run LFOs into that and into the symmetry. Change it to a triangle. I find like darker tones work better, so if you're going to run a saw wave and you want to kind of filter it first. But that's kind of that Butchler sound. It's basically their complex oscillator is essentially just a Wavefolder running into it. Cool. I said I'd do one more patch quickly. Let's try and do something in Hive. And I wanted to kind of do more stuff just writing a track, but because of the glitches, we're going to skip that. I'll just try and make a patch in Hive first, rather. So, yeah, I think it was TechnoSign. You were talking about not knowing about the REPRO sequencer that you can record. You can do the same thing in Hive as well. If you just hit record and just play back. It should actually, I'm not sure why it's not recording the whole thing. Let's go to 16 steps again. There we go. So the cool thing with the sequencer as well is you can run the sequencer and the ARP at the same time. So it will sound a bit weird now because we're kind of playing a chord here, but if we just do sort of fifths, let's just hit record again. We'll go. There we go. We'll try that out rather. Now what you can do is, what I'm going to do is also just shorten these steps to 15 so we get like a polyrhythm thing again. Well, 13, let's go with that. You can actually turn the ARP on as well. So basically just according to the ARP, adding an extra octave on each one of those notes as well. I might actually just not do the sequencer for this one. Let's just work with a projector for now. Kind of just do like a big sort of arpeggiator lead kind of thing, I think. Just get some delay going first. So this one actually does the delays the way you'd expect them to work. So with these kind of sounds, I always like to bring a little bit of white noise. I will sound these. And maybe bring in a wavetable on top of this. Okay, let's go with the LFO 1 to our wavetable position and get the rate right down. Let's go with, actually 16 might be fine. Let's just change up the random hold. And you want to make sure that this is going to reset, not reset, you want this to kind of run, not reset with the gate, we're just going to run single. Or sync, sorry. And let's back that down to... This might be better in a separate filter as well, so let's go with let's see over here. Let's get some more modulation going on here with these. We'll go with LFO2, do the panning. Actually, there's a better way to do that. Instead of using LFO, you can use alternate down at the bottom here. I love using this. If you put that onto the panning, and let's just mute these quickly. Turn this up. Now if you're listening, you can hear the panning happening from left to right. Every second note will be in a different speaker. Cool. Yeah. So yeah, somebody was asking about the bank early on. I did play a few of these the other day. There's a couple of cool arpeggiated leads and stuff in this one as well. I just got to sort out the tagging. Some of them are done. Some of them need to still be taken care of. And just hear a few of them. Really like this one. Interstellar. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's a couple of those. Some in the lead section as well. There's a few of these kind of big uplifting trance. Yeah, like this one. Some of them have got Modular assignments to them as well. Cool. I'm actually going to call it quits there for the stream. We've been going for how long? About an hour and 20 minutes. I will try and sort out the technical hitches that we had with the glitching on the stream. And hopefully next time I actually get some more work done on an actual track. We'll see. Maybe even tonight I'll see. I've got a couple of things I need to finish up though. I've just been finishing up presets for a new synth, sort of official presets for the factory library. But I can't show that to you yet. As soon as it comes out, I will do a little video on that. And yeah, hopefully do some more like actual music writing next time if I can get the stream working properly. I'll do a few tests before we do it next time. Sweet guys, nice to see you all. And yeah, just make sure that you hit that notifications button. Obviously, I'm sure most of you do subscribe already, just so you know when we do streams. I am kind of shit like that. Like I do these quite sort of impromptu. I will try and kind of plan these ahead a little bit more in the future as well. Cool. All right. So I'll catch you guys soon. Stay safe. And yeah, chat soon. Cheers, guys.